Chapter 15. I took out a red balloon. "This is going to be an aardvark," I announced. A few kids chuckled. Several kids still covered their noses and mouths. The skunk smell hung heavily over the room. "Now it might look like a poodle," I declared. "But take my word for it, it's an aardvark." I placed a red balloon to my lips and blew. And blew. Nothing happened. The air fizzled through the balloon, but it didn't inflate. "Must be a hole in this one," I said. I tossed the balloon aside. All part of the act, to make it look harder. A few kids chuckled. I glanced at Mrs. Marg. She had dropped into a wide desk chair. She leaned over the desk with her big head propped in her hands and glared at me sternly. "Okay, the first ever balloon aardvark," I announced. I raised a long blue balloon to my lips and blew. Huh? It didn't inflate either. I tried again, raising it to my lips and huffing and puffing, blowing with all my strength. Slowly, the balloon filled up with air. I started to tie a knot in the end, but the balloon slowly deflated. Some kids laughed. I must have thought it was really part of the act. But I suddenly felt panic tight in my throat. I tossed the balloon aside and picked up another one. "Here comes the aardvark," my voice cracked. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely hold the balloon to my lips. I took a deep breath, fighting back my panic. I blew into the balloon. The air fizzled right through it. The balloon made a loud "frap." A few kids laughed. "No, stop!" I cried shrilly. "This isn't right. Forget the aardvark. I'm going to go right into the Arzamel, a lobster." I picked up a long red balloon from the box and stretched it out between my hands. "A balloon lobster with claws," I announced. Sweat poured down my forehead. The ceiling lights flashed in my eyes. The whole room appeared to tilt. I raised the balloon in my mouth and blew. Nothing. The air went right through it. I pulled it out of my mouth and examined it. "What's going on? They can't all have holes in them," I cried. I spotted a tiny round hole at the tip of the balloon. I pulled out a handful of balloons. I examined them one by one. A tiny pinprick hole in each balloon. "They all have holes in them," I cried. Someone poked the hole. Mrs. Marr pulled herself up heavily to her feet. She sighed. "I think I've seen enough," she growled. "But Mrs. Marg," I pleaded, "I can't do my act. Someone poked holes in my balloons." She tisk. Then she made her way over to the chart. My name card made a loud flack as she pulled it off. She set the card below. Brad's, at the bottom of the food chain. Then she turned to me, licking her lips. "Be sure to eat your desserts, Paul," she said. "I want you nice and sweet."